Before it came to me, it was kind of, it's kind of beat up for the most part. Most of the parts were just kind of thrown on, and his car's been a test car for who knows how many years now. Like every time it goes faster, somebody's got another part to try on, and it's like, hey, try it on Jake's car because it's the fastest car at the time. It wasn't like, photo friendly. Nobody really liked to take pictures of it and stuff. Jake had saw me building like other nice Civics, and it's something that he wanted to do, but he never wanted to pull the trigger on it because he didn't really want to have downtime with his race car. When he ended up finally running 8 seconds last year, I was just like, hey man, let me rebuild your car or whatever. It's like, make it look good, it deserves it. So that kind of started out the whole thing. Essentially, I was like the project manager on it, so I was the one that had to make sure everything was getting taken care of and the car was, off the paint when it was supposed to be on certain days, run the Honda, get new parts, or, just making sure everything was done. And I know Jake's style, and if we're going to rebuild his race car to be show quality, everything has to be perfect on the whole car. The front end, being carbon fiber, I can't stand it when they're not painted. His front end, just like the fitment wasn't very good. It was like falling apart, and the carbon fiber look, like the back half was red and the front half was black, and it just didn't look good anymore. And it always bothered me. Like I always gave him shit about I always gave him crap about it all the time because it was a different color. It started out just, we were originally just going to paint the front end, and he decided he wanted to do an exo speed front end, and I told him the only way I'd do an exo speed front end, the white front end, is we molded the caps. So he's like, all right, well, let's do it. Kind of opened my mouth on that one, so he got the front end, and I ended up having to mold the caps. We can't really paint the front end and then have the rest of the car look like crap, so ended up body working and painting the rest of the car. And well, we started doing that. We're like, we're going to paint the outside of the car. You might as well do it right and pull all the windows out and pull all the trim off. And so it's kind of like the snowball effect. All the interior ended up coming out, like headliner, door panels ended up getting rewrapped. Decided to paint the cage because it was just bare metal, and we're like, we have the whole car apart. Now's the time to paint the cage if we're going to paint the cage. So he wanted me to mild shave the engine bay and make it show quality. So I ended up shaving all the posts off the firewall and welding a lot of the holes on like the shock towers and stuff. And we used a 3M seam sealer on the seam to self-leveling, so it still makes it look real smooth. Anything that's not necessary is not going to be in the engine bay. Like everything's routed to be as clean as possible. But I think kind of like, the beat up race car look is kind of like a thing in the past, and nowadays a lot more people are building like show quality race cars.